Wouldn't it be useful to have a user guide that helped you get along with your teammate? Perhaps some top tips on how to get your best work done together. Maybe it's time for you to do a personal user guide and help others know how to work best with you. Welcome to Talking HR Trends with Natal and Tom, where we explore the latest hot topics and business challenges impacting the people side of organisations. Stick around to the end for our practical top tip, and if you like this video, please subscribe to be notified of the next in the series. Hi Tom, how's the weather today in Amsterdam?
You hope that one day I will say, whoa, it's a super, it's not.
Still grey.
Still grey.
You never know, maybe summer.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing a lot lately about this personal user guide as a new way to help teams develop. And I've actually met an organization recently that are actually introducing this as a new tool. You also mentioned it in your HR Trend Institute report for 2021 as a key trend to look at. So what's the personal user guide? Tell me a bit more about it.
Yeah, and it's I have to give all the credits to a friend of mine, Peter Vanderbel and his team. They have developed that. And their starting point was, if you buy a television set or you buy a car or whatever, there's generally a user guide. And why do human beings not have a user guide? Wouldn't that be handy? So they developed that, and it's a relatively simple tool based on the Big Five personality test. So you do a quick test, Big Five personality, takes a couple of minutes. You ask someone else to do it as well. And then you get a report. How do you and the other person, where are the differences? Where are the commonalities? And how can you take your user guide into account? And you and I did it an hour ago, so we we were not able to practice yet.
Exactly. So our personal user guide suggests that we're not a bad fit, Tom, which is good to know, and apparently we should collaborate together, which is nice. But it is suggesting that I can be a bit more flexible, and okay, perhaps for you, I could come across a little bit disorganized or spontaneous. So what's some of your reflections on our personal user guide and how it helps us work together?
I did it with quite some people I work closely with, and generally the outcome is that I work apparently with a lot of people who I like to work with and where we have a lot of commonality. So maybe I should find some different people to work together with. But no. So I think it's sometimes it's simple guidance, like. You mentioned disorganized. I didn't read it in that way, but it is sometimes I may come across as disorganized, but please know that in the end, I always deliver. And of course, I didn't need a test to find that out, but that's an important element.
It is.
I once had a boss, and we didn't do the user guide, but he was typically, I don't know which dimension that is, but he liked to plan things ahead, a long time ahead. Yes?
Yeah.
Although you might not say it maybe, but I'm more just in time. So I leave things until I can still do it, but sometimes we know that in our world assignments are cancelled. They don't, so it doesn't make sense to do things a long time ahead. But that boss, he became all the time super nervous because of me. He said, where's your plan? Are you ready?
Yes.
It's 2 weeks from now. I didn't do it.
Exactly.
If we would have had, in the end we did it, and that helped a lot.
No, but it reflects on actually a relationship I had with a previous manager who, as you said, through learning to work together, we discovered that he is more planned and I was very last minute, but he became very confident that I would deliver the goods because he would see that. However, at the start, there was a bit of nervousness on working with me and my style. So this means you can actually sort of, I suppose, skip that bit and actually go into, well, this is what I'm like and how could we try and work together more effectively.
You can save a lot of time. So for new employees, why not give new employees this personal user guide? And then people say, okay, well, it's handy to know. We can take that into account. Of course, many things, are not, you cannot change yourself so easy. You can change some things, you can take some, but if we know it of each other, then we can take it into account and change our behavior a little bit.
So we can have more empathy. I think it's having empathy, isn't it, for what the other person is like, and then knowing, okay, well, they're like this, I'm a bit different, so how do we come together to work effectively? Rather than just kind of sticking to your own style and not being flexible at all.
And it often has to do with simple things. So it's not. It doesn't have to be super complicated or psychological. Or say, It's simple tips. Take that into account, and then our life might be a lot easier. So I like that a lot, and it fits nicely with the broader trend we discussed a couple of times already. Personalization. Don't assume that everybody is the same. Don't push everybody to be the same. People are different. Take that into account. Use the strengths of people. You might be a little bit chaotic, but super creative. I'm a little bit more task-oriented. The combination of that makes us as a team a better team. Yeah.
Exactly, definitely. So I have seen quite a few organizations recently bring in either the personal user guide or a technique like that. So maybe a template where you talk about how you like to communicate or what the conditions of work you prefer. And it's being used as a tool to help teams develop. So just kind of feeding off what you just said there, why is this a better way of helping teams develop than perhaps what we've used in the past around, the team building exercises that we used to always run to help teams develop? What's good about this?
Well, I don't necessarily say it's better, but it's easy. It's based on, let's base it on solid psychological, you could say, data knowledge. So Big Five personality test is a solid, good test. Generally, there are quite some rubbish tests on the market as well. I won't mention any names, but you better use something where there is scientific evidence. So it's simple, there's scientific evidence, and don't make it too big. In the past, I've been on so many team building exercises, climbing poles and jumping over rivers, and
exactly. We're in the end, we just need to share a bit about each other and learn a bit more about each other. Exactly.
I still like it, the pole climbing.
Exactly.
The trust fall, you've done that as well.
Yes, the trust fall, yes. Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Tom, for your insights today, and very much thank you for sharing your personal user guide with me. I learned a lot, so thank you. And our practical top tip is, of course, give this a go. So you can use the personal user guide on the website, and that is based on the Big Five. Or there are other templates out there where you set out, how you like to work, how you like to communicate. And the key is to put some time in the diary and then share it with your teammates and start to explore. What are the best conditions for us to work the best together? Have fun. Thanks for your time today. And if you like this video, please subscribe to be notified of the next in the series.